Welcome to Old Luxury Brand. If you enjoy this type of content, then subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on any of our latest and greatest uploads. Levi's considers the 501 its best-selling fit of all time. The company is projecting total net revenue for the 501 product family to reach $800 million in FY 2023. It's especially popular on the secondhand market. The 501 represented, quote, nearly half of all Levi's jeans orders on Vestiaire Collective in 2021 and 2022, according to Sophie Hersan, the site's fashion director. In April 2023, searches for the 501 were 99% higher than those for 511s, 505s, and 721s on the platform. It's evolved from a single pair of overalls into a whole category of styles, all anchored in those design features first introduced a century and a half ago. Ahead, hear about the history of the 501, from the patent that started it all to its enduring appeal. The early 501s, waist overalls. While denim has a long history before Strauss & Davis came in, Daniel James Cole, adjunct assistant professor at the Fashion Institute of Technology and co-author of The History of Modern Fashion, argues that the partnership was nonetheless brilliant. Quote, anybody who'd been mining for gold wearing wool, that clothing would have just rotted. By giving them this heavyweight twill weave cotton, they would withstand much more wear and tear, and they dry faster, he says. Strauss's ability to recognize the market niche and tap it is one of the greatest in fashion history. At first, Levi's made the riveted pants out of both denim and duck cloth, a heavy cotton canvas, but quickly discontinued the latter. Panek theorizes it had to do with how the denim hid dirt stains better. Quote, if you're an outdoor worker and you're in mud and around dust, those stains just aren't going to show as much. The denim came from the famous 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬𝐿 manufacturing company in Manchester, New Hampshire. They weren't called jeans or even 501s. They were marketed as waist overalls, since men would put them on over their actual clothes when they went to work. Quote, Levi Strauss & Company is a company with a long and mostly proud heritage. Across our history, we have strived to do good in and beyond our business and to be a positive force for equality and racial justice. But there have been times when we've fallen short. A spokesperson for Levi's said shortly after the pants were sold, acknowledging that the company, quote, adopted an anti-Chinese labor policy after the Chinese Exclusion Act, but that these, in the slogan, were dropped in the 1890s. The 501 in the early 20th century, cowboys and women. After miners, cowboys, like these in 1902, became a big customer base for riveted pants. Strauss died in 1902. From then until World War II, the brand only made minor adjustments to the 501, adding 2 back pockets in 1901, switching from a mock felled inseam to a proper one in the 1910s, adding belt loops in 1922, adding the red tab on the back right pocket and stitching Levi's on the side in 1936, covering the rivets on the back pockets and removing the suspender buttons in 1937. In 1927, Levi's began sourcing its red selvage shrink-to-fit denim for the 501 from Cone Mills in Greensboro, North Carolina. It would continue to do so until the mid-80s, when it switched to more economical, wide-loom denim. Denim pants were becoming more and more popular outside of specific industries. Levi's had sponsored rodeos and featured cowboys in its marketing, making the brand synonymous with the Western look. And as dude ranches became popular vacation destinations, people outside of that world began to adopt the aesthetic. Meanwhile, down in Hollywood, movie stars like John Wayne wore Levi's in their films. By this time, and especially after World War I, women wore pants more freely. In 1918, Levi's even released a one-piece tunic meets balloon pants garment made from cotton dubbed Freedom Alls, specifically for women. Almost 2 decades later, in 1935, they introduced its first official jeans for women, the 701, or Ladies' Levi's, a higher-waisted style that borrowed its core features from the 501. Countercards like this one from 1938 were displayed in stores that sold Levi's. In the 1930s, the brand featured both cowboys and dudes in these ads. Around the same time, denim was also being marketed as play clothes for children and as something to wear to do chores like gardening, according to FIT's Cole. However, there were also images of bobby soxers, early pop fans from the 40s, in jeans, indicating that they were beginning to be embraced by teenage girls and young women too, paving the way for their mega popularity in the 50s. And with that, we've reached the end of this video all about the history and heritage of Levi's jeans. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for content just like it.